Okay, this one is going to be it's do-it-yourself Kari Yuga. Uh, I guess you say that's a what is it? It's a Chinese martial art or kung fu lesson. So this is a do-it-yourself Kari Yuga. I've already got about half of it done already. And gonna search through my bag real quick and find the beginnings of it. This is part of what I'm making it out of. It's a pair of nunchaku. I had already loosened the bearing right here because I was trying to knock it out of place and get a hold of the stick, which is here, and the chain is going to be the bottom end of the Kari Yuga, and then the other stick will just be a simple stick. And I have it doesn't look like it's in my bag here, but it would be in my my blanket, clothing. I got my clothing wrapped up in a blanket, and there's a plastic bag that I can put the clothing wrapped up in a blanket in if it's raining, and that keeps the blanket dry and the clothes dry, and you can walk around. That way it's easy to carry and stuff like that. So I'm gonna find my I was a length of a shirt that I was using to cut it to start with. Okay, this is what they some people had said bola side of the Kari Yuga. Bola side. What do I say? Kari side. I guess that makes sense. I think it's Kari Yuga or Kari Yuga. And then so this one's cool. This is made of the length of a long shirt. You have the cuff of the long shirt here, and then you have this is where the sleeve was. And I had cut the shirt cut the sleeve off and just ended up with a sleeve, and then I cut the sleeve open here, you see, and I tried to cut it on a seam. I was using a 4.5 inch fixed blade Benchmade knife. Very, very sharp. So what I did there was I had cut the sleeve, and then I folded it over on this side here. And then in the middle, I have a slip knot tied end here, and the slip knot is for you can adjust the length. And it's hard to exactly describe how I did it, but basically I ended up with I guess it was what do you have right yeah, I wound up having to cut the shirt length into two pieces. So we had this piece was connected up here like that, and so now a slip knot tie in the middle with a this is a stop knot right here I had made with a zipper coming from this same exact bag. You can see here, this is the current zipper. It's kind of malfunctioning, and that's okay. This is a pretty worn out and beat up bag, but there was another zipper right there, and went ahead and got me a new bag at the thrift store. This is all urban survival stuff, and I'm a street minister, and I do a lot of ministry work for homeless people, and Also, you know, urban survival type things that have to do with all the violence that's out on the street, and you know, teach self-defense and survival tactics and stuff. So then we have this here, and like I said, like kind of hard to get a show shot of it, but it's a slip knot. Okay. Okay, it's already at the length, and you just kind of grab it from the knot here and pull it, and then there you have a shorter knot. And you know, this is tied into a loop here, so you can fit your grip through, and you can pull the knot, and it stays pulled. And hopefully, you know, if you don't pull on it too hard, it won't tear. I don't think this one will tear. And if you're worried about it tearing, you can strengthen it with more ties, like, you know, like a wrap it around the knot and things like that. And so, like I said, I didn't manage to knock the nunchaku loose, you know, the stick loose off of the string. So I went out and got a, what is it? $7, $6 mini hacksaw, and that's you know, separate the nunchaku, and I had memorized the marking on this side here, so I could remember which one I had loosened at the ball bearing, and you know, made sure it was the same one that I had loosened at the ball bearing. So that's what I'm about to do here. Alright, so miniature hacksaw, and I want to get something to catch the debris in, or catch the debris on. That way I don't screw up anything in the room here that I'm at. I've never used a hacksaw before, I don't think. Maybe once. Got a miscellaneous piece of cardboard. Make sure I got the right side here. And let's see. I'm gonna get there. got is make sure I'm inside groove as much as possible. Let's see. It might be better if I'm. Let's see. How do I do that? Trying to tell me it's my left hand I gotta do it. Trying to see if there's another way in here. It's supposed to be cut off that mid there. Alright, I think I've got a, got that figured out. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna stop the tape and, finish it, once I get the, sticks separated. So all of this is mostly minimalistic part-wise, like, mostly tied together, right here, I got the slip knot, and the only additional parts here is I got a stop knot made with a small piece of nylon strand and a zipper that came from my bag, like I had said. And then all that right there, there's no special fastener here. All I did was tie it up. I got it this part right here is separated cloth there, so you got one end on either side of the corners, and then I cut a split up the middle to have two corners on the other side, and that's I try to tie it as evenly as possible through the chain link here, and that'll hold, and there's no special machining going into making it do that or anything. It's just a good knot. And like I said, this is the half of the pair of nunchaku, and I had gotten the nunchaku separated. My cousin Chris helped me out with a hacksaw, and then I finished it off with a hammer, and that's where the other stick used to be. And so now I got brand new homemade, like even looks like a dang ninja getup. Like, look, I got my black cotton, full cotton sweatpants, my homemade tabby with the clean socks and the flip flops, and my cool looking one sleeve shirt. You know what I mean? Like, cool looking shirt, just one sleeve, just like that. So that's the deal, man. Like, that's how you make a Kari Yuga, like, on the spot. If you got a pair of nunchaku, like, say if you're fighting, or like, for example, in wartime, if they were to break, or like if they just happen to break, in practice and stuff, you can, a lot of times the nunchaku they break on the the ones you buy for, that have chains on them and ball bearing nunchucks. So a lot of times they break off at the where the just like that one, where they have one nunchaku still connected to the chain, and that's what you can do. If your nunchaku break, you don't have to replace the ball bearings necessarily. You can make you one of those, and that's that.